Samsung has released One UI 9 Beta 5, and although we're not quite far into the beta program, Samsung has managed to sneak in an entirely new section inside settings. It's called Warranty and Care. So it could make checking your Galaxy warranty, finding support, and getting help with damaged device considerably easier. But Beta 5 isn't really about one new feature. Samsung has also been fixing some of the annoying problems we've seen during the One UI 9 beta program, including Wi-Fi connection issues, screen flickering, camera problems, settings freezing, my file bugs, and even problem inside the Samsung's photo and video editor. So today I'm going to take you through what's changed with One UI 9 Beta 5, what you should actually notice in everyday use, and whether we're finally getting close to the stable One UI 9 release. Now if you're enjoying my One UI 9 coverage, please like this video, comment below, and subscribe to the Simple Dad, and let's get right into it. So One UI 9 beta has just arrived, and as you can see, I've actually got the update sitting right here on my Galaxy S26, ready to be installed. Now this is quite a big update, especially considering we're already on the 5th beta. So we're looking at a download of around 1 gig, so we've got a new software build ending in ZH6. And importantly, Samsung has also updated the security patch level to 5th August 2026. But don't press that install button just yet, because before I update, let's have a quick look at exactly what Samsung says they have changed. So we'll look at the changelog. Now what's interesting here is when we look through Samsung's official changelog, there isn't a huge list of brand new features. Instead, Samsung appears to be concentrating heavily on fixing and polishing One UI 9. And considering we're already at Beta 5, that's probably exactly what we want to see. So there's quite a few fixes in this update. So let's go ahead and update it, and I'll show you one by one. So here we'll go ahead and press back, we'll tap on restart, and we'll let this update the phone. So let's actually start with something Samsung hasn't really highlighted in the changelog. So if I go ahead and open up my settings, and towards the top, you will now find a new section called Warranty and Care. And I actually think this is quite useful. So go ahead and open it, and Samsung is essentially giving you a central location for warranty information, repairs, troubleshooting, and support. Previously, some of these services could be found elsewhere, including through Samsung members. Now Samsung is making them much easier to find directly from settings. So inside Warranty and Care, you can see supported Samsung devices associated with your account. You can select your Galaxy phone, and where the information is available, you can check whether the device is still covered by its warranty. And this is something that could be particularly handy. Let's say you've had your Galaxy phone for nearly 2 years, and suddenly there's a hardware problem. So instead of trying to remember exactly when you bought it or dig through old receipts and emails, you now got a simpler place to start checking your warranty information. You can also open the individual devices to get additional warranty information and support options. And because this section can show other supported Samsung products as well, it becomes more useful if you got several Galaxy devices. Now here's where Warranty and Care becomes more interesting. Let's say you damaged your display. Rather than searching through trying to work out what to do next, you can select the relevant problems from here. So you'll find different categories like service chatbot, you can request a repair, or you can do remote management. So let's say you have a problem with the screen, so you'll tap on request a repair. Now you'll find different categories covering things like display, camera, touchscreen, buttons, and other hardware related problems. Once you select a problem, Samsung can then give you the appropriate support options. So depending on what's available for you, that could include get additional help, requesting repair, or finding service options. And here in the UK, I still recommend checking the exact warranty and repair terms Samsung provides for your particular device, because coverage can depend on the product and circumstances. But having this starting point built directly into your settings makes the whole process much more easier. So you can access these Samsung support options from this area. So this includes service chatbot and remote management. So if you're having problems with software, you may be able to get assistance without immediately having to visit Samsung Service Center, and you can search for solutions to specific problems as well. So this essentially turns Warranty and Care into a little Samsung support hub built directly into your One UI. So it's not that every service here is completely new. The big change is having everything brought together into one obvious location, which is your settings menu. Now let's move on to something that I think is actually more important than a new feature. So Samsung says Beta 5 fixes Wi-Fi connection errors and improves overall connection stability. And this is exactly the sort of improvement you want to see this late in the beta program. So if your phone randomly drops its Wi-Fi connection or struggles to reconnect, it doesn't matter how many fancy AI features the phone has, basic connectivity needs to work properly. So if you have experienced any Wi-Fi problems on Beta 4, definitely keep an eye on this after installing Beta 5. For me, it works really great now. Next, let's forget the changelog for a moment and simply use the phone. So here I'll go ahead and open up the camera. I'll open up the gallery. I'll jump into settings, and then I'll go ahead and open up the recent apps, return home, and just kind of move around through this interface here. Because one of the things I'm watching very closely now is the smoothness. So we are on Beta 5. At this stage, I don't necessarily want Samsung adding another 20 features. I want Samsung concentrating little things that make the phone feel finished. So animations, app transitions, responsiveness, and consistency. So those are going to matter much more when stable One UI 9 eventually reaches millions of Galaxy phones. And one place where smoothness is particularly noticeable is this quick panel. So open it, close it, open it again, and expand the entire panel here. And try to move around different controls. So One UI 9 has already made some big changes to quick panel, but it's the animation and the responsiveness that can make the biggest difference in everyday use. So if you're already running Beta 5, let me know down in the comments. Does your quick panel feel much smoother compared to Beta 4? Because I'd be interested to know whether everyone is seeing the same improvement. Now let's jump into Gallery. So Samsung has addressed a problem involving the photo editor and video editor. So there could be a situation where the preview wasn't positioned correctly. So if I go ahead and open up an image, tap on edit, the problem was that the preview would actually flicker while you were editing. So now that's been improved with Beta 5. So if you edit photos or videos directly on your Galaxy phone, this is actually quite important. So you need the preview you're seeing on the screen to accurately represent what you're doing. So hopefully editing should now be a much more consistent experience. Now let's lock the phone because Samsung has already fixed an issue involving the camera from your lock screen. So there was a situation where launching the camera this way could be slow or briefly display a black screen. So Beta 5 is designed to improve that. So let's go ahead and test this out now. And there we go, boom. So this is a good example of a small bug having a surprisingly big impact. So the entire reason we have a quick camera shortcut is so that we can capture something immediately. So if you're waiting for a black screen to disappear before the camera loads, you've potentially already missed the moment. So this is definitely a welcome fix. Okay. Now Samsung has also addressed intermittent screen flickering. So this wasn't necessarily tied to one specific application. Some users may never have experienced it and some have. But if you noticed your display occasionally flicking whilst running Beta 4, Samsung specifically lists an improvement for this in Beta 5. Again, it's not exciting, but these are exactly the bugs Samsung needs to eliminate before the stable release. Next up is My Files. So when you open up the recent My Files section, there could be a situation where you temporarily see a completely blank screen. Now Samsung has addressed this and has fixed the problem. So One UI 9 has already made changes to the My Files experience, so it's good to see Samsung now cleaning up the bugs around it. Now whilst we're talking about blank screens, there was another issue inside settings. Some menus could either freeze or temporarily show a white screen. So Samsung says this has also been improved with Beta 5, and setting is one of those fundamental applications that needs to work. So you don't want to open a Wi-Fi display or another setting and suddenly be looking at a white page. You want to actually look at a screen. So that's another important stability fix. Now there's also a fix involving one-by-one shortcuts on the home screen. So Samsung says there was an issue where these shortcuts weren't being added correctly. So the bottom area of your home screen, that behavior has now been improved. So it's probably something many users won't have noticed, but if it is affecting your setup on Beta 4, try it again after updating to One UI 9 Beta 5. There's also another small visual improvement inside Samsung phone application. Samsung has fixed an issue where the bottom floating bar wasn't being displayed correctly. So again, it's not something that's going to completely change how you use your Galaxy phone, but combine it with all the other fixes, you'll start seeing what Beta 5 is actually about. More polished. Now, after you've installed Beta 5, there's another update I recommend checking separately. So your Google Play System update. Remember that Samsung's security patch and Google's Play System update aren't necessarily going to arrive together. So if you got the August Samsung security patch, but your Google Play System update still says July, that doesn't automatically mean there's a problem. So let's go ahead and check that out. So if you go ahead and open up Settings, scroll down, find Security and Privacy, then tap on Updates, and then tap on Google Play System Update. So as you can see, mine says 1st June 2026. So if I tap on it, you'll see that I have a Google Play System Update available. So I'll tap on Download and Install. We'll let that download and install it, and we'll restart it. And now if we go ahead and look at the settings page here, Security and Privacy Updates, you'll see that it's now been changed to 1st July 2026. So we've now updated our Google Play System Update. Now here's the interesting part. Look at what Samsung is actually changing in Beta 5. So we have Wi-Fi stability, camera reliability, screen flickering, setting freezes, gallery editing problems, My File bugs, phone interface issues, home screen problems. So these aren't huge new features, but they're just finishing touches. So that's exactly what I expect Samsung to be concentrating on as One UI 9 gets closer to being ready for the public. But does that mean Beta 5 is definitely the final beta? No, we don't have any confirmation of that from the information available here. Samsung could still release Beta 6 if more bugs need fixing, but we're clearly reaching the stage where stability is becoming the priority. So should you install One UI 9 Beta 5? So if you're already participating in One UI 9 beta program and Beta 5 is already available for your device, then this looks like an important update. You're not installing it because one of the massive new features, you're installing it for the fixes. So you're looking for Wi-Fi reliability, camera improvements, screen flickering fixes, setting stability, My Files, photo and video editor fix, and all the other little improvements that should hopefully make One UI 9 more dependable. However, remember that we're still talking about beta software. So if you're currently using stable One UI 8.5 and you're simply waiting for the official One UI 9 release, don't assume Beta 5 is suddenly the same thing as stable software. So there could be bugs. So overall, I think Beta 5 tells us something quite important about where Samsung is with One UI 9. So the focus appears to be moving from what else can be added to what else do we need to fix. And that's a good thing. Warranty Care is probably the best obvious addition because it gives a much easier way to access warranty information, troubleshooting and repairs, and Samsung support. But personally, the stability fixes are what I'm more interested in. Because when stable One UI 9 finally arrives, I don't just want more features. I want it to be fast, smooth and reliable. And Beta 5 appears to be another step forward. Now I want to hear from those of you who are also following One UI 9 Beta 5 updates. Have you noticed any other changes? Are the animations smoother? Has Samsung fixed a particular bug you're having? And most importantly, do you think Beta 5 is finally released or do you think Samsung will release Beta 6? Let me know down in the comments. And if I discover more hidden changes in Beta 5, I'll make another video showing you everything Samsung haven't told us about. So please make sure to like this video, subscribe to Simple Dad and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next Samsung Galaxy and One UI 9 videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.